Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Expat Conversations with Michael Nolen. I want to say thank you for watching today. Expat Conversations is a YouTube show that was started by Dr. Marco Antonio Cortez Gradado, the former General Rector of the University of Guadalajara. Dr. Cortez is now head of the Institute of Investigation, Innovation, and Governance for the University of Guadalajara. And this is an outreach program of this part of the university for the expat community. For the last 6 or 7 years, the university has been studying the basic impact of the expat communities from all over the world on the country of Mexico, mainly the state of Jalisco, where the University of Guadalajara is headquartered. We are very fortunate today to be at the Monte Carlo Hotel. The formal name is Hotel Riviera Lago Villa Monte Carlo. And this is a beautiful, beautiful property situated on the northern shore of Lake Chapala here in central Mexico, just about half a mile on the west side of the city of Chapala. And so I want to say thank you very much. The focus of this program is to try and get information out to the expat communities living in mainly the state of Jalisco, but other parts of Mexico also. And I am trying to interview different people that have very pertinent information that will help our lives as expats be a lot easier. And this morning I'm very lucky to have two young ladies on my show that represent Intercam Bank.
Yes, of course. Yes.
I'll let you introduce yourselves, give your position title, and then we'll get into the conversation.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Mr. Nolen. Okay, my name is Andrea Velázquez. I am the manager for Intercam Banco in Ajijic, Jalisco.
My name is Yuray Rivero. Thank you for inviting me to this program.
You're very welcome.
My name is Yuray Rivero. I'm a bank advisor in Intercam Bank for more than 3 years now.
When I moved to Puerto Vallarta about 8 years ago, of course I needed to send money down. I was on Social Security, so I needed to make sure that got deposited each month. And I basically asked some of my neighbors in the Nuevo Vallarta, what's the best bank? Unanimously, it came back Intercam. And there are several banks, maybe 6 or 7 in that area, that are very, very good banks. But it seems like Intercam, which has about, I think, 60 branches through Mexico. I'm not exactly. I think it was started in Mexico City quite a few years ago and has spread out. I know when I first moved to Puerto Vallarta, the Bay of Banderas area, there were 2, one in downtown Puerto Vallarta and one near the marina. And then they extended out a little farther, and then another one, and then the next thing I know, they're in Sayulita. And so they went from 2 to, I think, 4 or 5 within just a couple of years. But for some reason, Intercam has taken an interest in the expats that are coming to Mexico and work very, very hard to help them make transitioning money from the United States, Europe, Canada, very easy.
Yes.
And I think their services are really more like the traditional banks that we're used to in the United States and Canada. I was very fortunate to have one of the, senior vice presidents, Mr. Jason Lavender, on my show several years ago. And he kind of told me that they tried to pave the way to do that. But you two ladies are the experienced experts. Please tell us more about Intercam, the services you provide, the questions that you get a lot from expats, the mistakes we make, which is probably a lot, and basically how we can transition from our money in other parts of the world to Mexico, not only just going from the dollar to the peso. We know that moves up and down all the time. There's great times to move large amounts. There's bad times to move large amounts. But anyway, I'll let you all, you're the experts, go ahead and please tell our audience
Okay.
everything we can talk about banking.
Thank you. My partner Yurai, she's gonna explain something about for open the account, and she's gonna explain all the documents we require for.
That's very first. That's the basic thing. You go to Intercam, you have to have documents. Please tell us what you have to have and what you don't need to have.
Yes, okay. Before to explain to you the document and requirements that we need to open an account in Intercam, it's very important to me introduce to my bank for all the people that are listening this moment to your program. Intercam Bank, we are a financial group with more than 25 years in Mexico. We are a Mexican bank, and our focus, like you told us in a moment, is for expats. Why for expats? We are mainly a facilitator to the moment of your life that a lot of people are when are expats. Make the things easier is our focus. Because we have a big community of expats from the United States, from Canada, from Europe, different parts around the world that you want to move in that moment in your life, and you need or you want the things easy for you to enjoy that moment. That's our focus mainly. So it's our main part of the vision of Intercam. Make the thing easy for all the people that wants to come to Mexico, enjoy your life in this beautiful place, in this beautiful country, and in financials, in research, in trust, make the things easy for you. So that is the part of Intercam in financials with the expats community. The other important information is that we give to all our partners, employers, and clients a personalized support in this area. Michael, you know, everything is technology, everything is by WhatsApp, phone, and we understand this moment, but it's very important to us can be in contact, personalized with our customers.
Because all is different, the process and everything is different in every country. And when you come here to Mexico, it's important you know all the process similar with the Mexican person.
Yes.
For that reason.
So
Well, the first thing you need to do is open an account.
Yes.
And to do that, you'll need your passport.
yes.
Well, you tell us.
Yes.
What all I need.
It's simple. Is for opening an account in Intercam is three important things. They agree with the rules of the financial law in Mexico. We need to get the original passport. That passport need to be not expired. Okay. The resident card, permanente or
Temporary.
In our bank, we accepted also tourist visa. That
Okay.
is the most important because sometimes and around the world you can't open an account with a tourist visa. So in Intercam, of course, yes.
Okay.
So your tourist visa and also your proof of address. When you have a resident card, you prove the official address in Mexico. When you are tourist, you prove the address from the country where you are.
Well, there are very, very many expats, not only from the United States, Canada, Europe, but from Japan,
Yes.
from Belgium, from New Zealand, from all over the world that
Yes.
come to live here in Mexico.
Yes.
And when you get here, you're not a permanent resident. And many of them aren't even temporary. They're visitors. But they may be what we call snowbirds. They come down for 4 or
Yes.
5 months a year.
Yes.
And they may go back and come back.
Yes.
But they need to have a financial institution that they can write checks, they can deposit money, they can withdraw money,
Yes.
transferring, of course, from the Canadian dollar, American dollar,
Yes.
the British pound, the euro, into Mexican
John, yes.
pesos. In places like Puerto Vallarta, which is a very, very large touristy area, they do accept dollars in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Some places will accept the Canadian dollar, but not as literally. Mainly pesos. And it's much, much easier, simplify your life to
Absolutely.
go ahead but you need the bank account first.
Yes.
So you've given us the basic documents that are required not only by Intercam, but by the Mexican government.
Yes.
And so we have got the account set up. And you have services to transfer small amounts or large amounts, have Social Security and or different types of government assistance deposited into your account.
Yes.
Explain all of those types of services.
Yes, it's easy.
And if I jump over things, I apologize. I'm kind of like that.
No, it's okay.
But go ahead and please explain to the audience what's the steps, what all services you all offer, and how you make our lives easier.
Yes.
Thank you.
Our mainly service is focused in multi-currency support. So we work with the most important currency around the world. So to put money in, we accept checks, we accept transfers, wire transfers, and cash. American dollars, Canadian dollars, euros, pounds, a lot. So to take money out, when our customer, we finish the process of the banking opening account, we give to our customer a debit Visa international card to get access into the pesos. So it's easy. All the transactions that we program work in the same business day instruction and is without fee. What I mean with this, you have your account already after the process of the opening, and we give to you the wire instruction to send money from your country or from your bank to our bank. And if you process in that moment, today is easy by your online banking, calling to your bank. We have customers who are at the country and they can go to the bank, but mainly is by the online or telephone. So in this case, when the customer send to us the confirmation in the morning, middle day, afternoon, you have the pesos ready to use here. So
Exactly.
because that is our focus, facilitator, be the facilitator to get access into your funds. All the transactions we work is the agree with the exchange rate of the day. But I always let it know to my customer, because we are multi-currency focused bank, we can get a better price than the national commercial banking, because that is our focus. So it's absolutely easy. For example, not only to get access to pay your service here, we have a lot of dealings with real estates, for example.
Oh, yes. I transferred my money.
Yes.
When I bought my home here, I had the money transferred from my bank, or actually my 401k, I think to Nolen Bank in New York City.
Yes.
And then it
Yes.
came straight to you
Yes.
all. Took, I think, maybe 1.5, maybe 2 days maximum.
Maximum.
But there's been many times I walk into your bank with dollars and just give it to them, and they, within 5 minutes, give me my pesos.
Yes.
I've even bought, when I'm going to Europe, euros from your bank,
Yes.
and I've even bought pounds for an upcoming trip I have to the UK.
Yes.
And so it's a multifunctional bank. You do have ATM cards.
Yes.
Anytime we use it at your bank, ATM machines, there's no service charges. And there's another bank, I think, that's tied in
Yes.
with you all that has probably more
Yeah.
ATMs. What bank is that?
It's Banbajío and Scotia Bank.
Scotia Bank.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
you can go to their ATMs.
Without fee.
Without a
because
fee.
we are associated.
You're associated. Okay, I've said enough. It's your turn again.
Okay, when another important focus in Intercam, we have a specific point that is the home delivery service. Looks incredible, but yes, we can do it at the bank also. When we have customer, and this is very important because it's part of our vision of humanizing banking. When I have customer that need support at home for cash, for checks, for cards, we can go. We have a person at the bank with an insurance for support, because it's bringing money everywhere. And the agree with the politicals, we can make that service, and it's absolutely free. So in case I have customer that can't go to my branch, especially now because of COVID, a lot of people at home.
They were afraid to leave.
Yes,
And they weren't
afraid to
allowed
leave.
really to leave by some of the
Yes.
regulations, their doctors or their
Yes.
spouses or the government.
Need to make payment for everything, service, and we can make that service without fee, absolutely free, and go to your house and put your bank in your house. That's the most important in Intercam. Also, we want to be close. That is the focus, personalized service. Because now, if you go to the bank or if you call to different banks, you need to call or you need to make an appointment by your online banking. We want to still be close to our customer mainly. So the way that we can be close to you is with the different product that we have. We have mutual funds. You can pay bills with your Intercam accounts, see electricity bill, telephone bill, water bill in Mexico. You can make transfers for pay to your supplier or a different person, domestic in Mexico. Also, if you need to send money from Mexico to other part of the world, absolutely, yes, you can do it.
You're a full-service bank.
Yes.
I know when I went to Europe several years ago, I deposited some money into the account, and they gave me a Visa card that was
Visa card,
prepaid.
yes.
I took it
Yes.
to Rome and had no problems at all. And I guess the exchange rate was
Yes.
very reasonable,
Yes.
Yes.
better than even if I used my ATM to get euros at the time.
Yes.
So that was a great benefit. And I love to go to the bank because I like to see all the people that work there. I try to make friends with them and sometimes enemies when I get a little obnoxious, which I'm used to doing. And what do you mean you only give me 20 pesos per dollar? I want 20 and a quarter. You know, I'm a tough guy.
21, come on.
21, come on, give me 22. Can I hear 23? But I like to go there. But there are a lot of elderly people down here in the Bay of Banderas, a lot of expats that have health problems. So I don't ever know of a bank in the United States or Canada that would bring you funds or services to your house unless you're talking large amounts. I mean, if you're going to buy a 4.5, 5 carat diamond from Tiffany's or Harry Salem's, they're going to bring the diamonds to your house or the rubies or the emeralds because you're going to spend a couple $100 million or whatever. But they're not going to do it for $50. But you all do.
Yes.
And that really builds clients.
Yes.
And it builds trust.
Trust.
And that's the main thing. You want to be able to trust the people that are handling your money.
Yes.
Because there have been times when banks, people deposit and all of a sudden the money's not there. And that's around the world.
Yes.
But I do know Intercam has set up for many years and they have a lot of different branches.
Yes.
And no matter where you open your account, you can go to the other branches. The
Absolutely.
ATM card works. Tell us about more of your service. You've told us about a lot of them, but tell us what else. Like, do you have car loans? If I want to come down here and buy a car, can I borrow the money from Intercam? Or say I'm going to buy a house, and instead of taking the money out of my 401k or out of my savings in the States or other investments, you have money, can I borrow money for that? Or if you want to start a small business, say I want to start, the Bulls Cantina. If I want to start a little taco, well, I wouldn't start a taco joint. Maybe corn dog or hot dog or beer joint or something like that.
Yes.
Hamburgers, meatloaf Mike's. I don't know of a single meatloaf restaurant down here in Mexico. Maybe I'm missing out.
Yeah.
But you all can help with business type loans too.
Absolutely.
Tell a little bit more about that.
Absolutely, yes. We are open to the global market that we have in Mexico with the economy in Mexico and giving opportunity to entrepreneurs and new people that want to invest because this is a magical country. So it's our responsibility like a bank give opportunity and trust and the person that wants to make the difference. We have a responsibility like a community to be involved in the new era of economy in Mexico. Absolutely, after COVID, the global market are moving every time. So, of course, we need to put our hand there. So, entrepreneurs, business accounts, working, they agree with the rule, absolutely. Trust and secure transactions So absolutely not only for expats. It's our focus, but we are open to national. Of course, a lot of Mexican can open an account in Intercam because
sure.
we are a bank.
Yeah, you're an international
with different
bank.
product that we can supply your needs and with trust, with that you can feel your bank close to you, not only it's money and it's cool, it's the relation, just deposit and withdraw. No, because people put in our hands your dreams. I need to be safe and secure because you are putting your patrimony in my hands. So if you want to buy a house in Mexico and you have money, I don't know, $200,000, of course you feel afraid, like the process of the transfer and putting the money here, what's happened, or the exchange rate. I don't know the market because not everybody is involved with the 19 pesos or 20 pesos. So you need people that helping to you with the information, the knowledge, when say yes, finally you get the decision. But in my recommendation, they agree with my training in my bank, supporting me, I can say to you, yes, it's this moment to invest. It's a good moment. No, you can. My recommendation is to wait because of this. So that is very important to be close to our customer, business, expats, Mexicans, wherever we are open to the new markets and a lot of people that can be trust in Intercam.
You've used the word invest several times, and I have noticed that when I'm in the different lobbies of the different branches, you all have signs for if I invest $20,000 with you all, or 30 or 50 or 100 or whatever, up to I guess, if you had $1 million, you could invest it with Intercam. It seems to be pretty darn good rates for 3 month, 6 month, 1 year, longer periods. The rates seem to be, to me, better than what they are in the States.
Absolutely, yes.
And maybe that's one way you're reaching out. Why should I have $500,000 in a bank in the United States making 2%, 1.5%, 3%, whatever, when I could invest it somewhere else that's very secure for a higher rate? And I don't know, rates, as we all know, change hourly. Just like a dollar might be worth 21.2 pesos at 8:30 in the morning, and it might be worth 20. Or it might be 19. It goes up and down.
Yes.
But interest rates do also, and you all do seem to have very good rates.
Okay, normally you can open one investment with us in Intercam Bank. We have two options. The Pagare or CD is the name. The Pagare is rollover and the CD is liquid when it's finished the time when you open the investment. Normally I recommend to you, if you open the account, put the money for 6 months because we have a special rate in this moment. It's 6.75%.
6.75%.
Or you can open for 1 year. For the 1 year is 8%.
8%.
Yes.
And the minimum amount you need to put in?
Is 100,000 pesos.
100,000 pesos, which would be $20,000?
Around, depending for the exchange rate.
Okay. And this is mid-August 2022.
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
Just to give people a
This
time
moment.
frame. And as I mentioned, it changes daily. But those are, I don't know of a bank in the United States.
Yes.
And with the stock market, where I have some of
Maybe,
my funds,
yes.
some days
Risk.
I'm really happy, some days I'm going, oh,
Yes. No, in this case, with that two option that Andrea told you is absolutely guaranteed.
Yes.
What happened and the difference between this? Our profile in the bank, in Intercam Bank, is absolutely conservative. We don't like the high rates. That is not in this moment, especially at the global market of the economy in Mexico, especially, is better if you can calm down. Poco a poco, we say in Spanish, step by step, relax. Yes. So you can check at the market and different options of bank in Mexico that in this moment are on 9%, 10%. Calm down, relax. So in our case, we have Pagare, that is a simple promissory note. For that is absolutely guaranteed, and the CD, the certificate deposit. The main difference between that two options is at the promissory note, we pay to you the interest at the end of the term.
Okay.
That's why we have in Intercam a special rate now. Okay, because we want to, after COVID especially, that the rates in Mexico was going absolutely down 3%, 2%. So we are in this moment inviting our customer or new people to invest with us.
Okay.
In the case of the CD, we pay to you the interest monthly, so that gives to you the way to use the money, and like Andrea told you, is liquid, absolutely, and is also guaranteed in both options. It's a very good moment to invest in this moment, especially with Intercam. The government ISR in this moment for resident and Mexican are in 0.08%, practically nothing. So
Well,
you can get a good interest.
Just in the last 4 or 5 months in the United States, I know interest rates on mortgages have gone from historic lows of 2.5% to 3, 4%, up to 5.5% and 6%. And people going, yeah. When I was in college, I got out in 1977, bought my first house, and I was very fortunate to get 12.5% because I'm Native American. And I got it through the Bureau of Indian Affairs. At the time, some of my friends that weren't Native American in the United States were paying 16, 17%.
Wow.
Now that was during the Jimmy Carter Democratic administration. Several years after he got out of office, it went down a little bit, but then it went up and went down, but it's never been to those historic heights. So to me, 5.5%, 6% is great.
Yes.
I don't know why people are complaining in the States about it now, even though it's gone from 4 to 6. Hey, that's great. Double that. Go to 12, go to 14, go to 15%. I don't think it's that high here in Mexico. It just depends on whether you're buying a home or a car. You may pay higher interest rates down here for that, but you're also getting more if you invest your money.
Yes.
So it balances out.
Yes, the balance is there, especially in this moment. For example, Banxico is the central of bank in Mexico. Right now, has a strategy. They are putting the rate up because we need to stop. Our position is to try to stop the inflation.
Okay.
That is in this moment in Mexico around 8.71 or 8.62%. So we need to put the strategy as of the government is put the rate up to try to stop the inflation or try to make that balance that you told us. So in this moment, that's why we are putting in your hands the opportunity to invest. This is a very good moment to invest in Mexico. Welcome
Well, let me
to
see if I
invest in
have $20.
Intercam. Yes, in this moment, right now.
Write one check.
It's an
in this
invitation especially to invest in Intercam with us, to invest in Mexico, because after COVID we are now in a great moment to say, okay, I can put my money in, trusting, and with a bank that give me the opportunity to make this and make your money grow. That's our business.
That's what it is. And I know you do a great job for a lot of expats because I talked to them. You know, I had a choice where I was going to put my funds when I came down, and everybody I talked to said Intercam was great, and I've had nothing but positive experiences.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
So, well, we have a little bit more time. Is there anything else you want to touch on?
Well, it's just say thanks to you and thanks to all the people that checked your program. Thank you for inviting us. It's very important to us, let it know to all the people the different opportunity that we have in Intercam. It is my pleasure. My name is Yurai. If you want an advice, if you want to know more about Intercam Bank and our service, welcome to Intercam.
Well, I do thank you for bringing the brochure that you have in
Yes.
front and also the banner in the back so people can get the spelling right. You can go on Google and just put Intercam Bank, Mexico.
The address for Intercam branch is Carretera Chapala, Jocotepec, 19A.
And you have 2 branches here
Yes.
that are very convenient. And in one of the big hangouts for the expat, Lake Chapala Society, you have an ATM there.
Yes.
And you have one conveniently located next to Walmart.
Yes.
Which, you know, a lot of expats that don't live in this area,
Yes.
they come down and goes, oh, there's a Walmart across the street from the
Yes.
movie theater and the restaurants.
Yes.
you know, some people come down to Mexico and they just don't know what to expect. But when they come down here, they find, hey, this is a pretty cool place. We like it. We're going to stay for a while.
And we are in process for more things because we always are in Intercam looking for better options to our customer, new ATMs, new place where you can be in touch with us. So that 2 branches, Ajijic is an incredible place because we have 2 branches here for all the service to our customers. So you have different ways to be accessing to your funds. And in LCS, we have an ATM, like you told, and not only the ATM, a great relation with LCS that is important part of this community of Expat here, being in concerts, with helping volunteers about the service that Intercam give, helping people.
Well, I do know you do an awful lot for charities and organizations around.
Yes.
That, you know, needing help.
Yes.
School children, this, that, and the other, and you
That's
work with the
correct.
different charities
Yes.
to help them grow their money so they can help more and more people.
Yes.
Yes.
Being
And,
part of the community,
and
helping people.
That's the important part. Intercam really does reach out and really does try and work with the expat community.
Yes.
And I think it's very, very positive. And I can tell by the growth in just the 8 years that I've been down here in Mexico, how you have been accepted by the expats, word of mouth of the expats, going back and forth. And I wish Intercam many, many years of great success. Like I say, you offer so many different things and make it easy.
Yes.
When someone comes in there, my Spanish is terrible, and you always have people on staff
Yes.
that will sit down and talk to you. Sometimes it's crowded, sometimes it's not so crowded, but it's always fun for me to go to the branch and enjoy and sit down and get a bottle of water or something like that.
Coffee, pet friendly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yes.
I've seen a lot of, and the thing about Mexico, it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
You can go in there in flip-flops, a t-shirt. I've even seen people just in Puerto Vallarta, a lot more, just wearing their bikinis or their bathing suits.
Yes.
I mean, one branch isn't a half a block from the beach. I mean, hey, you're out there, you're buying your, you know,
Your
Sylvesters, your shrimp on a stick, whatever. You need some more suntan lotion.
Yes.
Run the Intercam, hit that ATM and get you a little bit of money and come back and enjoy the rest of your day.
That's funny,
You know,
right?
so,
It's incredible.
and like I said, you're growing. There's a lot of branches, you know, a lot of really great financial people within the organization.
Thank you.
And thank you again, ladies. I want to say I really appreciate your time. If anything exciting comes up or you have special programs and want to come back on, please contact me and you can come and tell the expat community, hey, we just got into, if you want to buy a mega yacht, and we'll loan you money up to, you know, $44 million to buy a boat. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
That's in
absolutely.
Puerto Vallarta, I'll guarantee you.
Yeah.
The yachts that come in there, that's a cheapie. I interviewed some of the captains of some of the different mega yachts that came in there. They were $300 and $400 million.
Yes.
I got to interview the captain of the largest sailing ship, private-owned sailing ship in the world.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yes.
One man spent $40,000 just painting the diesel engines
Yes.
in his mega yacht. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful ships. And Intercam's right there to help them if they need it.
Yes,
But
of
anyway,
course.
again, ladies, I want to say thank you very much for spending some time
Michael.
Thank you.
here on
too.
Expat Conversation with Michael Nolen. I look forward to seeing you again. And if something big comes up, please don't hesitate to contact me and we'll have you back on the show.
Happy trails to you until